All right, section 1.5, equations. All right, here we go. This one is our first look at equations, and a little different than actually just solving them. We're going to kind of this our baby steps in there to get this done, but we can actually talk about what an equation is. Our objective here is to solve the equation with one or two variables. Actually, this time we're just going to do one variable here. Let's get rid of that. So we'll solve an equation with just one variable, and let's talk about what an equation actually is. An open sentence mathematical statement with an equal sign. Remember, an expression does not have an equal sign. So we have an equal sign now. Solution, we get solutions with equations. We can actually get an answer and get a solution, and that's a value that makes the equation true. And then we're going to have two types of different sets, replacement sets. These are numbers that you can substitute for the variable. Not all of them are going to work, but they're just a set of numbers that I'm going to give you that I want you to try and see if the equation is true. And then you've got your solution set here. That's a set of numbers from the replacement set that makes the open sentence true or makes the equation true. So the big thing is we're looking for something that's going to make that equation true. And so today you're going to have a set of numbers called your replacement set, and from those you're hoping to get a solution out of those numbers, and that would be your solution set. Okay, so the directions you're going to get and what you're going to see are these equations here. It says find the solution set of each equation if the replacement sets are Q, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and S, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so what we do here is we are looking at, number one, if we look at letter A, you've got a Q here, which should tell us that we're going to actually use these numbers. This is your replacement set. You're going to replace those numbers in for Q. And over in letter B, you've got this S here, which should tell us that we're going to use that second set of numbers, S. Okay? So we're just going to fill out the table. I know it sounds monotonous. I know you guys probably know how to solve equations, but this is what we're going to do, and we'll roll along with it. So what I'm going to do in this table first is I'm going to fill out, this is going to be my Q letter. And over here on the right is going to be whether it's true or false. So you're going to tell me, is it true or is it false? And then in the middle here is where we're going to put our equation. 2Q plus 5 equals 13. Okay? And then I'm going to just fill on the left-hand side with all the numbers from this solution set here. So 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. All right, so let's go ahead and actually do the math and substitute in the replacement set. So the first one here, 2 times 2, I'm substituting 2 in for Q, plus 5 equals 13. Now, is that true or false? Let's do the math. 2 times 2 is 4, plus 5 is 9. So it's not equal to 13, so this one here would be false. Let's do the same thing for number 3. Plugging now the 3 in for Q. 2 times 3 plus 5 equals 13. And again, that's going to be false because you're going to get 6 plus 5 is 11, not 13. Okay? Let's look at number 4. The number 4 we plug in. 2 times 4 plus 5 equals 13. Okay, let's do that math. 2 times 4 is 8, plus 5 is 13. So that one happens to be our true statement. Okay, and the next two, just do them along with me. I know you probably understand what's going on here, but 2 times 5 plus 5, that's going to be false. And 2 times 6 plus 5 is also not going to equal 13, so that's going to be false. So our only true answer is right here from that solution set, and so that would mean that 4 would be the only answer that would be your solution. So we could say, hey, solution set would be 4. And we put them in brackets just like the Q and S. Okay, so let's go ahead over and work on this next set over here, letter B. So again, I'm going to put my S value here, and over here is going to be my true or false. See what I get there. And then in the middle, I'm actually going to go ahead and do this math. 28 equals 4 times 1 plus 3S. And now you could distribute early if you wanted to, and you can always distribute through, or you can just do the parenthesis math as we go. So let's fill out our S numbers here. We've got -1, 0, 1, 2, and 3. So let's go ahead and do the first one. We've got 28 here equals 4 times, we've got 1 plus 3 times a negative 1. Okay? And I'll put the parenthesis over there as well. So I'm going to do the parenthesis math here first because that's what order of operations tells us to do. 3 times negative 1 is a negative 3 plus 1. In our parentheses then would be a negative 2 times 4, and so it's looking like it's false. It's not going to be equal to 28. So that's no good. So let's go ahead and look at the next one. We go 28 equals 4 times 1 plus 3 times 0. And now we've got a 0 here. Plus 1 is 1 times 4 is equal to 4. So again, that's false. It's not equal to 28. How about 1? 28 equals 4 times 1 plus 3 times 1. Well, 3 times 1 is 3, plus 1 is 4. 4 times 4 is 16. It's not 28, so that's also false. All right. How about 2? 28. And I know this takes some time. Just bear with me and do it. Not the most exciting stuff. 4, and then 1 plus 3 times 2 this time. So now we have 3 times 2 is 6, plus 1 is 7. 7 times 4 is 28. Hey, that's our answer. That's what we're looking for. That's a true statement. And the last one here, we can figure this one out. 28 equals 4 times 1 plus 3 times 3. We're going to have too much here. Not going to be equal to 28. It's false. So our true statement is only here. So that would mean 2 would be our solution set. And so when we write our solution set, again, we look for our true values. Remember, they come from the replacement set, and it is 2. So only these numbers are the replacement sets. It's the only ones we can use and to find a solution from there. So remember, over here, S and Q here, these are your replacement sets. And from those numbers, from those replacement sets, you get your solution set over here of 2. Okay? One thing to keep in mind is we have the star down here. Substitute the x values into the equation and find the true statements. So you're only allowed to use those replacement sets. So remember, if there's no true statement, let's say you end up doing them all and you get no true statement, you would end up, we would say that would be an empty set. And this is also, again, based on the replacement set. Because there could be a number that actually works to solve the equation. You could actually get a solution, but maybe it's not in your replacement sets. So if it's not a replacement set, you just have to say, hey, no solution based on your replacement set. There could be one out there, but it's not in the replacement set you were given. Okay? Lesson summary, real short section today. What is the difference between a replacement set and a solution set? And then your practice problem here is you're finding the solution set given the replacement set. So they give you these numbers to plug into the x value. They give you a table down here. Figure those ones out for your practice problems. Okay? That's it for section 1.5. And we will talk about it tomorrow when you work on it. Just bring your questions with you.